Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where we dive into the world of tech, explore coding tutorials, and unlock your creativity with web development tips. If you are passionate about building amazing apps, staying ahead in the tech game, or turning your ideas into reality, then you are in the right place. Here you find step-by-step guides, practical examples, and pro tips to level up your skills. Before we dive in, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest content that could take your skills to the next level. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. So let's jump right in. So in the previous video, we created a products page where this page, all the products that exist in our database are shown. So if we can go here, this is what we created. If the user clicks on products, it's directed to this page. So in today's video, we are going to create a pagination whereby if the products reach a certain number of products in one page, then a pagination is created whereby the user is able to browse to the next page and see the more products. Okay, we don't want to display all products in our database inside one page. So for example, if we have 1,000 products, we don't want them to be displayed in a single page. We want to have various pages like a book. Once you finish this page, you go to the next page. Okay, so that is what we are going to create, which is called pagination. So let's dive into creating that pagination. So first thing that we need to do, let's go back to our VS Code editor, and then we need to create a pagination template. For me, I normally create a pagination template separately and then include it where I want it to be shown. Okay, so let's go to includes right here, and then right here at includes, we need to create a template called pagination.html. So pagination.html, here is where we will create our pagination. So let's get into styling it. So first, since we are using Tailwind CSS classes, let's load the static, and then now let's start creating our pagination template. So we'll say nav, and then under nav we want to have an ordered list, and then under that unordered list we want to have list items, and then inside that list items we want to have an anchor tag, which is a href, a link. Then I want to add an SVG. You can use any icons that you want. So I'm going to use SVG here. So I will copy these and then paste it there. And then the next part, we want to have another list. So we see li, and then inside that li, we will have a anchor tag as well. And we assume this is the first page, say page number 1. We do the same, say page number 2. And then we have, let's say, the last list. We say we have an anchor tag. And then here, I will add another SVG. You can use any icons as well. I will show you how it looks, so don't worry about it. And then add that. Now this is a skeleton of our pagination template, whereby we have, this will be the previous page, and then actual pages, and this will be icon to signal next page. Since we have created these, now let's include these in our product so that we see how it looks. So let's go to the product template, and right below this div whereby we have no products available, close this and then close this div. Just below that, let's include that. So we'll say include, and then open the quotations and say includes, then forward slash, and say the template that we want to include is pagination.html. Okay, so let's go to our browser and see how it looks. This is our template, product template, and let me refresh. You can see we have this pagination. So let's style this pagination so that we can center it right here, and then these numbers to be, these objects to be side by side. So let's do that. So let's go back to our pagination template, and in our pagination template we need to start styling using Tailwind CSS classes. So first of all, let's start with the nav. Let's define the role of that nav. So we say role equals to and say navigation, and then let's add a area label which will be pagination navigation. And then now let's style our URL, that is an ordered list, and say, let's say class. So we want those objects within the unordered list, those objects which are list, to be side by side. So we are going to use flex. So say flex, and then let's center the items. So say it's items center. Let's justify them at the center. So justify center. Let's have them to have a font small. So say text font size to be small, and then let's have we don't want them to show the bulleting of the list, so say list none. And then let's have a gap on medium screens, so we say MD, we want a gap of 1. And then let's have a text color, so we say text to be slate 700. So if we go back to our browser and refresh, you can see we have them side by side and they are centered within the page. So let's move on. The next thing that we need to style this href tag, anchor tag, that is a tag. So here we have to have area label to be go to page 1. And then now let's apply the classes. So class equals to, we want to have inline flex, and then let's have justify center. Let's have items center, and then let's have a height of 10, and then let's have a gap of 4, and then let's have a padding on x-axis of 4. Let's have a text size to be small. Let's have a font size to be medium. Let's have a transition, and then the duration of that transition to be 300. And then let's have focus visibility. So say focus visible. Then we say we want the outline to be none. Say outline none. And then let's have stroke slate. Say stroke slate to be slate to be 700. And then let's have a text color to be gray, let's say 800. Let's have a hover effect. So let's say hover. When you hover, we want to have a background to be gray, let's say gray 800. And then let's have hover effect on the text. So say hover effect on the text turns to be white. So let's see that. So we go to the browser and refresh. If I hover here, you can see the effects. So I'm going to do the same for the last part, for this last icon. So I'm going to copy the same class. So I'll copy this class, copy it as it is, and then scroll down to the last part. Okay, this one here, which contains this SVG, and I will paste the same. Okay, so let me remove these. Okay, so let me refresh and see how it looks. So we have these, nice, they look nice. Now we want to add another span, so to show on small screens to be something like previous and all that. Okay, so below let's go up here. Below this, let's add another span. Say span. Okay, say prev to represent previous. And then let's have a class here. Say class to have an order of 2, and then we want on medium screens to be SR only. The same thing we will do to the last bit. We'll go way down to the last icon. We'll do the same thing. Just below this, we'll have a span, and then here we will have next. We don't want to show these numbers in small screens. Instead, we want to show these SVGs in small screens. So that is why I'm adding this span and saying class, okay, in medium screens. For this we say MD, we want R to be, SR to be only. So having done that, now let's see how it looks. So this is how it looks on large screens. So let's see how it will look on mobile screens. So these mobile screens, you can see we have previous, and then we have number of pages. We'll remove these pages. Then we have previous, next. Okay. So we are going to style that as well. So let's now style this part. So in this part, we want to style, let's say this. Now let me add area label will be go to page 1, go to page 1. Now let us style the numbers. So we have styled the first part and the second part. So let's refresh and see. We have styled this part and the last part. Now let's style these numbers so that they can match. So let's style the first page and say class, say class, and then we want items at the center. We say items center, and then let's have justify center. Then let's have height of 10, and then let's hide them on smaller screens. So say hidden, and then let's have a gap of 4. So say gap 4. And then let's have a padding of x-axis of 4. So px 4, and then let's have a text size of small. So text size small, and then let's have a font size of medium, and then let's have a transition. Let's have a duration of 300. Let's have a stroke. So say stroke to be gray 800. Let's have a hover effect. Hover effect on the background. So we say hover background to be gray 800. And let's have a hover effect on the text. So say hover text to be white. Okay. So let's say text color. So text color to be gray 800. So let's see how it looks. So let me refresh this and then hit that. So let me remove this hidden. Let me refresh. Yes, let me refresh this. So we have this and that. Okay. So we want to hide these numbers at smaller screens. So we say hidden, and then show them on large screens. So we'll say on medium screens and onwards. So we say MD. We want to have inline flex. So we say inline flex. Okay. So once we do that, let's have a focus visibility. So we say focus visible, and we say outline to be none. Okay, so let me copy the same classes and apply them to page 2. Control C, then let me paste it here. Okay, then let's go to our browser and refresh. Okay, it's taking some time to load, so let me just open a new tab, close that. Then let's go to products. So we have these. You can see we have styled this, and on smaller screens we hide the page numbers. We only show these two on mobile phones. So you can see we have previous, next, we hide that numbers. Okay, so that is the approach. Now once we have done that, we need now to create pagination functionality. So we go back to our views, we go to products app, and then go to views, and inside our views, this is where we want to create our pagination under the products function. So let's go to, we need to import some of the packages to help us create this pagination. So we are going to import those. So we are going to import those packages from course. So we'll say from Django.co.pagination, paginator, import. We need to import paginator. Then we need to import page not integer. Say page not integer, and as well import empty page. And then let's just right below this if else block. Under this if else block, we need now to create that functionality of pagination. So this is how we do it. Let's have a variable called paginator, and then which will be equals to our paginator. Okay, and then we pass in the products, because the products are the ones that we want to paginate. So products, and then we give a value of the items that we want to display per page. So let's say 18 products per page, and if they are more than 18, then a pagination is created. And then let's have a page equals to, let's say, request dot get, and then we say page. Okay, so this number here, you can adjust it as you need. So for me, I'm saying I want to show 18 products items per page. Okay, you can adjust this number to any number that you see fit. Okay, let's now use try. So I will say try and then pass. I need to do some exceptions. So except, first except is page not integer, and then let me pass. Then the second except is empty page. So except empty page. Okay, and then let me pass. And as well, I need to catch any exceptions that may happen. So let me handle that as well. So except, say except exceptions, exception as E, and then I need to, let me pass these as well. Okay, now let's start by this try block. Now we want to pass those pages to products. So we say products equals to paginator dot page, and then we pass in the page. Okay, so here we are taking this paginator, taking this amount of products per page, and then passing those pages to the products. And then if except page not integer, so basically here, if the page is not an integer, we deliver the first page. That is the logic. So we'll say products equals to paginator dot page, and then we deliver the first page. If the page is empty, here we want to handle if the page is out of range, we deliver the last page. So we will say products equals to paginator dot page. Okay, and then here we say paginator dot num pages. Okay, so basically here what we are doing is we are checking if the page is an empty page. If the page is out of range, we deliver the last page. And here, if the page is not an integer, then we deliver the first page. Okay, now let's handle the exception that may occur. So here the logic is, if there is any exception that may occur, we want to fall back to the first page or handle as needed. So here we'll say products equals to paginator dot page. We fall back to the first page if there is an exception that happens, and then we need to log the error for debugging. So we say print and say print. Okay, let me use format. So print and say pagination error, and then show that exception. Okay, so once we have done this, so this is the logic for pagination. You can see it is very short. I also want to stress about this number. This number is the number of items per page. If the items are more than 18, other pages should be created. Okay, so and here we check if the page is not an integer, then we deliver the first page. And here if the page is out of range, if the page is out of range, we deliver the last page. And here we fall back to the first page if there is an exception that has occurred. Okay, and then we log in the error for debugging. Okay, now once we have done that, let's go back to our pagination. Now implement that logic so that pagination is dynamic. So here I want to delete one of these. I'm deleting number 2. Okay, delete that. And then now let's get into implementing this. So first we want to check if product has pages. So below the nav tag, so we want to check if these products have other pages. So we will use Ginger template engine, and we say if products dot products, not product, dot has other pages, okay, and then we close this if statement. So we scroll down to here, that's below this L. We say and if we are going to use the conditions to check if the product has the other pages, okay. And then below these UL, below that is right here, we need to check if the product has a previous page. Okay, so we'll say if products dot has previous, if product has previous, then we need to display that. So we go to, let me close this if statement first of all. So we go mark that and below that and say and if, then so we need to have a data page. So in that URL link we need to have data page and say data page will be, open those double curly braces and say products dot products, not product, products dot previous page number. Okay, and then we want to have the URL href link. Now here we'll start with a question mark and then say the page, and then let's say equals to page number. So we'll say products dot previous page number. Okay, so we are done with that, and then now we move on. We want to dynamically have pages generated. Okay, the page number generated. So here below this and if we want to open another condition, we want to loop through all the page numbers. So we'll say for I in products dot paginator dot page range, we want to loop through all the pages, okay, and then display those number of pages. Okay, so let me close this for loop. So below that I'll say end for, okay, and then we need to have those page number. So we'll say if product dot number, if products dot number equals to I, okay, then let's close that if, let's this say and if, and then we need to have here we need to have that let's have here at href, let's add that link. So we'll start with a question mark and say the page, and then we pass in the page number, okay, equals to page number, which will be I, right? And then we display, here we will display the page number. So we'll say, so here we have the page number, that will be our link, and then we display that number. Let's have else, say else. So we'll say else, let me copy this as it is, with this as it is, and then paste it below else. We will have the same, but now let's have let's add area current, say area current equals to page. Okay, so we have that as well. We are referring to the page the same way, page number, and then displaying the page number itself. Okay, now let's go to the last part, if the page has next. So below here we will have condition saying if products dot has next. Let's close this if statement. So below here we'll say and if, and then we will have a data page inside our anchor tag and say data page equals to we'll have products dot paginator dot num pages. Okay, and then we will have a href link, which will start with a question mark and have a page, and then we passing the page number. So we'll say products dot next page number. So basically this, when you click this icon, it will take you to the next page number, and then we have this one that will take you to the previous page number. So let's see how it looks. So for now we have only 2 products, so I don't expect this pagination to show up, since we need to have more than 18 items per page. So if I refresh this pagination should disappear. Okay, so we have refreshed, it has disappeared. So for testing purposes, let me change these 18 products to 1 product per page. Okay, so if I refresh, we should see 1 product per page, and when we click on the next, we are taken to the second pages. So basically we will have 2 pages. Okay, so let me refresh. You can see we have 1 product and the pagination has shown. You can see we have two pages. We have page number 1, which is this, and then if I click page number 2, I'm taken to this page. If I click this previous page, takes me to the previous page. If I click this, which will take me to the next page. Okay, and let's see how it looks on mobile screens. So these mobile screens, so this is how it will look like on mobile screens. Let's see our products. So we have next page. If I click on the next page, I'm taken here. Previous page, I'm taken there. So that is it for this video. Please, if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and also giving it a thumbs up so that this channel can grow. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.